Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Small Talk on the Mats. My next guest today is straight out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's a rising hip-hop artist here in the local scene, known for his smooth flow, his catchy hooks, and his versatile sound. He's worked with legends like Bangladesh, Capadonna, Corrupt, and Keith Murray, just to name a few. He's landed on the Times Square billboard, which is pretty fucking huge, and he's got Song of the Year for Shiftin'. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we'll get to know him here more in detail. Dremon.
Thank you, man.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just like I said, staying busy, bro. And I'm glad to have you on the platform here, man. I've been looking forward to this episode. So not only will I get to know you myself a little more, but your audience as well, too. So
yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, bro. So I categorize my questions, man, so we stay on topic.
Okay.
So the first topic is your origins and identity. So to cap it off, man, growing up in Albuquerque, it's known as the Wild West here. So
yeah,
how did the Wild West energy shape your sound and mindset as an artist?
I mean, we kind of absorbed everything, right? Like, especially when the different waves of hip hop or just music in general was hitting. I feel as, we're the Southwest. So you kind of catch everything, because New York is New York. That's a mecca. We're right next door to, Texas and going down south. And then, West Coast is, some people consider us the West Coast. I guess it depends on who you ask. But yeah. I feel like taking all that up and balling it up here, it's like an influence of sound. It's a bit different now these days because it's more of like a digital reach throughout the world where people are picking up sounds. You hear people who you don't even know where they're from at this point with the music they're making, so.
Yeah. Okay. So when did you first realize that music could be more than a passion and actually become a career for you?
I've always had the love for it as a kid. You know what I mean? I have relatives who are into music. They've done music. I've had uncles who did music, produce, dancers in the family, singers. So it's always been a thing like that. But I just had a certain passion for it. And even to this day, I still can't shake it. It's just, it's going to be me until it's over,
Yeah. So you were kind of just naturalized into it, man.
Yeah.
Like, with the family being involved. Okay. So you mentioned in your bio that yourself, Dremon, is expect the unexpected, right?
Yes.
So what does that mean to you personally and creatively?
I mean, personally, it's like the whole journey of, accomplishing music and attempting to be successful. I guess that's with anything, though, but because sometimes there's people that just jump head first, and that's always the best way, hands-on experience. Some people learn about it, and there's just things that are going to happen unexpectedly. So once you kind of put yourself in that mind state, everything continues to roll smooth no matter what. Everything's going. I have a homie Sage who's always like, yo, look out for Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
So,
no shit.
So that's just, you got to apply it to it. And, that's also the motivation I put in my music and what I like to keep a focus point on.
Okay. I like it. So my next topic is your musical style and your creativity. So you're known for your catchy hooks and your smooth verses, as I introduced you. So what's your process for creating a record that feels like an Oasis vibe to you?
You know what? It's changed over the years. Because once you start to see how some of these, multi-platinum or Grammy-winning artists, how they work or different things, or even the engineers.
Yeah.
They kind of put you in a different mind state to where it's like, once you're doing it to that speed here, it's like less thinking and more of just like expressing, you know what I mean? Like, don't put too much thought into it. Less is more. Especially, the prime example is Bangladesh. The process with him, that was one of the first times I've seen, did numerous tracks for it, numerous verses for the same one.
Yeah.
And then there's another one working with the producer of Shiftin', Fontaine from Podium Music. And in that situation, being produced in the studio. Now, people always think it's when you're being produced that somebody's, writing for you or doing that. And that's not exactly the case here. It's more of like, your cadence, your angle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making sure you're staying in your pocket, that's you. And, it's everything just kind of balled up into one. So now I like to keep it free flowing. I like to keep it water-like, I guess you could say. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was just talking to Love Jaslyn the other day. She was on the podcast the other day. And she was telling me the same thing, man. Like, you want to grow, right, as an artist, right? You don't want to stay stagnant. And you can see that all across, like you said, multi-platinum, selling Grammy-winning artists, all these things. Like, they're not just one sound through their entire career,
no,
man.
They're not.
They're growing.
They have a signature, but it's not just one sound. Like, Usher's a great example, for R&B. you remember the stuff as far as like how Confession sound.
Yeah.
And then Here I Stand after that. And then you hear the stuff he did with Will I Am, which is, you know, influence they get from overseas. If you look into the backgrounds of the tracks itself here and stuff they're using here. So it's always growing. And the more you get a taste of the world here, it also puts an influence on it. I think one of my favorite processes or places of recording would have to be in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Especially with the influence of music, because there's a certain realm that the U.S. has music wise on the rest of the world that they held on to.
Yeah.
So you're getting all of that. Like the mixes I heard is like they're doing Afrobeat, but it's like mixed with Michael Jackson or Prince. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And sounds amazing. You know.
Okay.
So just the same way they ball that up here to where they keep that essence or that soul, but they're putting it to, you know, what's going on or trending now.
Okay.
And that's kind of the same idea I'd like to keep, or I think I like to keep. You know, how I sound to myself is not how I sound to y'all, but
that's pretty cool, man. And then that's another huge thing, networking, right?
Yes,
like,
that's the main thing that's going to move it forward, you know?
Yeah, for sure. All right. How do you balance versatility while keeping a signature sound that's unmistakably Dremon?
You know what? I was just talking literally on the way over here with my guy Chris Walker from Black Diamond's support group for New Mexico United. And because I'm working on a feature right now,
okay,
with we won't get too much into it now, but with a major artist over in Europe,
okay,
and we were just talking about that line right now, like, you know, giving them what they want without just like kind of completely leaning over here. Which you have to remember that your signature yourself is the essence that they want for it. You know what I mean? Because you can hear other music and kind of get into it and go, but you can always tell. Like, I don't know if you've heard an artist to where you're like, all right, I can tell you're working with a new specific group here because this doesn't sound like you or how you originally sounded. Right. And that's not bad all the time, but it is a noticeable thing. So I like to try to walk the line, you know what I mean, and keep it in there, and keep it to myself, because you got to keep your voice and keep your delivery, especially if you're working with other people. They might want you to sound a certain way, but there's a certain thing about you that people are attracted to in the first place.
Yeah. That's a good point. Like, you just said it correctly, like walking a fine line, because you don't want to meet someone and then you're in the studio or something, they're completely trying to change that sound that they wanted from you in the first place. So
because the imagination is one thing, but like what's easy on the ear is a whole different thing, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Which song best represents who you are right now as an artist, and why?
What song? My song, or just in general?
Your song.
My song that represents me as an artist right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have my moments. It's like it's like an up down one, because I have Look What I Did that I did with Rod Dollar and Johnny Gusto, because it's like the hook is like, look what I did, look what I did, you see what I done. And I always like to sing that because we're always achieving something, right? You know what I mean? And then there's always Shifting. That's like the fast motion type one here. But then there's like songs like Gravity, or even Mamacita with Bangladesh here, to where it's just the cool in the pocket one, you know? So I would say the best one right now would have to either be Shifting or Mamacita. That's like my two sides. It's like my night side, and then there's my focus, that work side, you know?
Okay. I like it, man. All right, so the next category is your breakthrough and momentum. So how did the COVID shutdown unexpectedly become a turning point in your career?
Well, everybody stopped working.
Yeah.
You know, so everything's open. People weren't really traveling or doing anything like that. Everything was a risk. So that's the time when I started getting out. I basically did, you know how they kept it to like a certain limit for events and households and stuff like that. So the underground events that we would go do, it would be that number, but instead of it being random people, it would be like we talked about earlier, people to network with, like radio DJs, club DJs, you know, DJ pools, different mixes and stuff here, because the DJs are still always working and doing that. And that's when you saw a lot of them go on live or Twitch or different things and mixes, and they kind of tuned it in. Same thing they did with Versus pretty much, you know. So after doing that here, I was able to get right to the people, the blogs, different stuff like that. And coming from New Mexico, they was like, you flew from New Mexico during COVID? So I just took advantage of it. And from there, I made for the Source, there was a list they were doing around that time period of top independent artists to watch. So we were top 10 for the year before that, and then the fall going into the next year, you know, as I was working on an EP, which is it's called the EP. It's called that. So that's what I was working on at that time, and I did the deal with Jimmy Kane for Straight Up Entertainment, Sony Orchard, and he's also the VP of Wu-Tang Management, the stuff he does out of Worcester, Massachusetts.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, COVID either made or break a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
And it was up to each individual to see where they were going to go, man.
Exactly.
So, what was going through your mind when you first landed your major distribution deal with Straight Up Entertainment under Orchard Sony?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just it was, as far as getting to that point and having that in the pocket, it was a good achievement. Of course, any type is, because a lot of people don't realize that you can go to DistroKid, TuneCore, United Masters, which do not go to them, by the way. I don't know if y'all watch, if y'all keep up with new entertainment news and stuff here, but yeah, you can go to that, because if you don't have the options and you're doing it yourself anyways, it's not bad. But having that here and having that imprint here, that still speaks as far as resume, like the numbers and promotions that you're doing in projects,
Yeah.
So it's just it's an accolade for sure to have with your music.
For sure, man. And how did releasing the EP change the way the industry started looking at you?
It just kept more networking opportunities. So in the process of pushing that project and doing it, Jimmy Kane had invited me out to Las Vegas. It was a studio called No Interference. Shout out Joel Gett. And that's a studio where, because I met Capadonna and them before, but that was the session with Capadonna and Keith Murray and Corrupt.
That's badass, man.
Yeah, all in the same place.
crazy,
So you're like, what is going on right now? Well, let me get in. So, so everybody's throwing the tracks and doing that. Of course, when they're working on stuff here, it's cleared out.
Yeah.
But when it came to the opportunity of like, yo, we need something fresh or new, I was like, yo, I got it. You all right?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Go in the corner here. I don't got it. Get something. But yeah, that was kind of that, and that's where I met an A&R. Our representative manager who I work with by Rob. That's how I met Bangladesh.
Okay.
So as far as the networking opportunity, because he was there at the session, we didn't speak too much here, but he was just watching the whole time.
Yeah.
And then we connected from that, and after went over, and and that was another crazy experience, because then going to Atlanta, it's almost the same thing. Like the studio that he set up that we were recording at was it's a studio. There's a gentleman named J-Lac. That's Usher's little brother that you used to see on tour with him and stuff here. So that's the studio he runs. He's a producer. He has a Get It Shorty, a lot of Lloyd hits. He has a few hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His belt, that's just the one that comes off top. And him and Polo the Don, that's their studio. You see them in and out and working here.
That's cool, man.
And but just from networking, like we talked about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just from networking and showing up. And
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know what the studio is. And then you're looking around like, wait a minute.
That must have been surreal, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually a smooth transition to the next topic, bros. Your major collaborations and your industry moments. So let's go a little deeper into that session, right? So the Las Vegas session with Capadonna, Corrupt, Keith Murray. I mean, that's legendary, just speaking off those names alone. But what was the energy like when you were doing that whole process?
It was just some raw energy, because, and not to down other people and make it sound like this, but you're in the building and you're like, yo, I'm around real artists, you know what I mean? Real people that are working here, because they're getting it done, it is something that they enjoy doing, but they're getting it done. Corrupt doesn't write. I didn't see him with a phone or a pad.
That's fucking crazy.
Didn't see him with it one time, and I was like, this is why he's Eminem's favorite.
That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, just being able to get it done here, and I was able to rise to the occasion as far as laying it out and not taking too long or kind of getting stuck at a certain point, and that does happen sometimes. But for them, sure. It was smooth sailing.
Did you feel any type of not peer pressure, but just pressure alone?
Yeah, you did, but you can't show it.
Yeah,
you can't show it.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Let's jump to Bangladesh, man. So what did you learn from working with a super producer like Bangladesh? He's definitely unique, and he also walks that line for himself and what he stands and represents. And it was just because the first session we did, that was like the first thing he asked when I laid something down. That one was a little bit peer pressure. Don't know why, yeah.
but it was.
Yeah.
So after I laid down the first one, he's like, "Yeah, so what made you go? What made you go with that angle? What was your influence?" And it's like, he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of the aspect for it here, to where like with him, if he wants to do it right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him, Raw, those cats like that, they want it to sound right and feel good, or they don't want to do it at all. So
yeah,
as long as it takes here, and you know, that's not the only song that you'll probably hear in the music industry to where they've worked on it for years,
yeah,
or they promoted it for years. It's just a process, and that was a learning process for me, but that also helped put everything else into perspective. So there's no rushing, and you know, there's no reason to be in a rush. So
yeah. Well, it makes you think, man. Like they're successful for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Like they just got to perfect everything. Who knows what's going on through their fucking mind, dude? Like to piece everything together and to make it sound the way it does, man. So I think that's interesting, but that's cool. What's up, everybody? This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by the Rock Family Therapy. Not every battle is fought in combat. Some are fought in silence, in your head, in your home, or behind the mask you wear every day. At the Rock Family Therapy, they stand with those who fight to rise again. Veterans, first responders, parents, or anyone carrying the weight of trauma, loss, or stress. This isn't just talk therapy. It's rebuilding from the inside out. It's mental conditioning for life. A place to reset, refocus, and rise stronger. Whether your uniform is military, professional, or just the armor you put on to make it through the day. If you're ready to face what's been holding you back, they're ready for you. Call or text 505-336-0238 or email r.villy@therockfamilytherapy.com or visit therockfamilytherapy.com, because warriors come in many forms and every warrior needs a rock. What's up, everybody? This podcast is sponsored and brought to you by Toehold. As you know, I've been a long-time customer and supporter of Toehold. I'll give you 3 reasons why I love this company. 1 is because they're huge supporters of veterans, law enforcement, and first responders. 2nd reason is because everything is American-made with integrity as it should be. And 3rd reason is because they have the best customer service that you'll ever receive with timely responses. Now, their main focus is flip-flops that'll last you a lifetime, but they also sell caps, shirts, rash guards, wallets, you name it. One of my favorite ethically sourced exotic leathers here is Murder Hippo flip-flops. We got stingray, elephant, crocodile, and if you don't want an exotic leather, you got different options on vegetable tan leather with stamps and colors. And going to the wallets here, we got zebra, we got stingray, we got John Wayne style minimalist wallet, and then going to the key fobs. So guys, go show your support. You have so many options with different exotic leathers. Go show your support for AG and Toehold. Tell them I sent you. Thank you. Peace out. How did it feel seeing your music connect overseas, especially in Frankfurt, Germany, with DJ Sherry?
You know, that was an interesting thing too, because I started working on the music with him before I got over there.
Yeah.
And then the connection for the music, you don't really know sometimes until you're doing the show. So it was like an unexpected performance.
Okay.
For a radio station. It was like a private event.
Okay.
And they were looking at us when we walked in there, and then it was like, so when do you perform? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, we're not performing. And it's like, and then Sherry's like, oh, well, you are now. And he just hops on, and we just took over, and it was good, and just the feedback for it. And it's like, you know, all right, everybody's enjoying this.
Okay. Threw you off guard, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so the next topic, recognition and achievement. So what did it mean to you to see yourself on the fucking Times Square billboard, bro?
To me, that's monumental. Like, coming all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico, being able to go to all these places and do that. And I was using shifting for it, but that was the whole full-on promotion for it here. That was with the PR. She actually passed away this past year, Nikki Walker. From New Jersey, really, really beautiful, amazing person. She helped set that up. So that was a big moment to be able to have that with her before the fall, the year after. And it just felt good because she sent it to me before we had got to New York. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I think she was more excited than I was. She was like, there it is. But it felt good. There was actually people out there that were checking it out. There was writers, I know I'm messing it up right now, but there's a writing association that Fontaine introduced me to with Kevin Shine and all of them. And there was a group of people out there that were waiting for the billboard and to catch it a couple times and recording it and doing that here. So it really helped with network. It really was it was a beautiful moment, and
For sure,
be
man.
able to post and do that here, especially in New York, of all places. Dude. It was during Labor Day weekend, so it went the whole time.
That's awesome.
And made some new fans because everybody's screaming and celebrating, and there's other people like, yeah, I see you, bro. I'm finna add you. Like,
yeah, dude. Cool. So winning Song of the Year, bro, Shifting at the New Mexico Hip Hop Awards. Did that feel like a validation or motivation for you?
It felt from motivation here because it's a different battle here as far as how the market is and the attachment it has to other markets and what's kept up with and what's not here. So I felt like it was, I don't want to say past due almost or overdue, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But it kind of felt that here because we've already put in major work and have done that before, and even from COVID on up till then moving that here. So it felt good to get that recognition but also to give thank you to the people out here who are in my corner and were supporting the record. 101.3 was playing it. There was other stations outside that were playing it. The placements we got for it here, and then that also was next to another placement for what I did, which was for the soundtrack they put together for the Boneyard with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
So it all lined itself up here. Like the more you do, the more you achieve. It's just, I don't know if you play basketball and stuff, but you know how it is if you miss a shot.
Yeah.
It seems exhausting, but the more you make, the more momentum you get, and the better you feel as you're going. So it was that type of vibe for sure.
Okay, man, for sure. Yeah, recognition is very important, man. It's self-achieving in a way too. How do soundtrack placements change the way you think about making music?
The business for sure. It puts in perspective for business, like other ways, because other people think you need sold out crowds or you need to be on tour, you need to be these things, and those are big things too for sure. But there's more than one way to get your music out there. You know, it doesn't have to be the radio, it doesn't have to be XM, it might not be the clubs, you know, and you might not be doing the physical hand-to-hand pushing from artist to consumer, but you know, sync licensing, placements, collaborations, there's all sorts of ways to get it, and that's the main way here, and that's a lot of way that some artists stay afloat. I know a few artists and producers who have done it for a long time, and you know, that's where they see their money at is placements, and they're not worried about nothing else, you know.
Yeah, your one of your tracks was actually in 2K not too long ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was for 24.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's fucking crazy, bro. How did that work out?
That was through Fontaine and his network. There's people that was doing it, and to be able to have it, you know, for the online gameplay and stuff here,
yeah,
it was actually pretty dope, and to hear it too,
right?
You know, so it's just all those things back to back here. So that's where it's like, yeah, I don't think anything like this has been done in New Mexico, especially for hip hop here. So super proud of that. But
yeah, that's surreal, bro. That's surreal. Next topic, business and strategy. So what risks have you taken in your career that brought you the biggest rewards?
I would think pretty much everything we've done.
Okay.
Because you have to take the move and take the risk every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if there's no risk, there's no reward. So just, you know, taking those shots here, because you won't, you know, you'll get a no if you don't even try. You know what I mean? So it'll be worse than that. So just to keep doing it and just repetition, you know what I mean? Doing the music, putting it out, getting out there, promoting, hitting the stage, hitting the press runs here, because it's a risk every time, you know what I mean? Because you're putting the time and effort, or, you know, finances, promotion-wise stuff in team, you know, or getting a band together for your live show, your live sets and stuff here, and rocking 25, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, you know, but
that's cool, man. How do you decide which opportunities align with your vision and which ones like you pass on?
Just keep walking the line, man. Just keep walking the line. And I mean, you got to have morals too, because there's a lot of crazy stuff out there, certain things that you might come across or see, or it might be around the company or around the different things there. So you have to kind of just keep focus and keep what's in vision for you, or the vision you have for yourself, and just kind of keep pushing, you know, just give yourself tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what advice would you give an independent artist right now looking for their first major deal?
You know, shoot, man. You gotta, you know, get up and perform, get on stage, put music out. Don't be afraid to network with people. Just don't be afraid in general here. You know, the worst they could say is no, or they'll catch on later, you know, but that doesn't mean there's plenty of people in the world. There's plenty of cities, plenty of countries, plenty of everything out there. Yeah. So get out there.
Lots of opportunities out there, man. All right. Last topic here before we jump into our rapid fire questions. So this is vision and legacy. So when people look back at Dramon's career, what do you want your legacy to be?
Successful. I want to, and like actual successful, not just from what you can see for the eye of material things here, but achieving something, validation, recognition, you know, things that you could say that I did something, I dreamed of something and I went for it. I knew exactly what I wanted to be and I made it happen.
Okay. I like it, man. And what's next for you that the fans should be truly excited about?
Man, I'm excited about this basically Central tour that we're going to be doing for Europe, or Central Europe. You know, going to Frankfurt, Berlin, Amsterdam, and hit up Switzerland here, you know, in that selected area. I have a lot of dope music that I've been working on for over there. I have new music for here. My album Too Humble Too Long is actually a solid project, so y'all should definitely check that out.
Okay, cool, man. That's awesome. So there's this cool little thing I like to do at the end of the questions, man. The rapid fire questions, fun little questions, just so again the audience can know, pick your brain a little bit here. So first one is, what's your favorite song you've made so far?
My favorite song I've made so far, man, I have a lot of music. But my favorite song right now, I'm just gonna go with Mamacita.
All right. The studio or the stage?
Can't have one without the other. I mean, you can't actually. You can go on stage without. I'm gonna say the stage.
Stage. All right. What is your dream collaboration?
My dream collaboration. This has changed over the years.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, man, my dream collaboration. You know what? I would love production from Pharrell of the Neptunes.
Ooh. Okay. That would be badass, bro.
That'd be level changing, bro.
That'd be sick. Okay. The hook first or the verse first?
Hook.
Even
if you love bars, love verses here, the hook is important. The
Okay.
hook's what keeps them and brings it back.
All right. Who was your biggest influence growing up?
My biggest influence growing up here. See, this is 2026. They might be like, yo, you said that. Shoot, but no, I was a huge Michael Jackson fan all the way up here. Like,
Okay.
just as far as him being ahead of time, everything he changed everything, entertainment and music wise.
Interesting. Okay. What do you think about that new movie coming out, bro?
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to determine what I'm gonna wear if I should dress up for it. That's just, you know, but it's I'm curious just to see how the effects it's gonna have as far as for the next generation, like the ones who are heavy on TikTok and stuff and like that here, because we talk about the celebrities or who they consider the GOATs and stuff like that is,
right.
And it's like y'all haven't seen anything.
Yeah. In my honest opinion, I think it's gonna break the record for the biggest biopic ever.
Oh, it is. It's already.
Sure.
The trailer has already broken the record. And,
man, dude.
You know, you're gonna get to see the halftime show. You know what I mean? The halftime show that changed it for the Super Bowl into what it is now.
Mm.
You get to see the crossover from BT, MTV. You get to like whole bunch of stuff you get on there, and you know, it's songs that everybody's still familiar with.
Yeah.
Because you can name a few artists from back then, and some people, it might be hit or miss, but like Michael Jackson or James Brown or Prince or certain ones like that, it's like, nah, they're still here and just as played.
Yeah, man. Okay. Let's see. Next one is one word to describe your sound.
One word to describe my sound. I'm not gonna go off of the one that I'm always using for my descriptions. I'm gonna say relentless.
Okay. All right. What is your favorite city to perform in?
Favorite city? You know, we're about to find out. we're about to find out. I would say as of right now, I would say either Frankfurt or Albuquerque.
Okay.
Because one of the last shows that I did for International Fest, and it was a free show that they did pretty much up in the hood over there.
Yeah.
off of Catherine.
Okay.
It was outside block party type thing, but it was a really good show.
Okay.
And it was a really good crowd. So
yeah.
It was like, it's like the home and away crowd here, but you got that same effect. So I'm gonna have to go with those ones.
Okay. Speaking of, like, what's the energy like performing in like Rio Rancho Event Center? Because I know I've been to a couple of shows over there too. Man.
It's
like opening up for big fucking artists like that, man. It's crazy, dude.
You know, it's an unforgettable feeling, especially with that amount here, because especially if it's an indoor dome type one here. So when the crowd is making noise, you hear it for sure.
Yeah.
You feel it and you hear it, and it's just good. And you know, you're just trying to stay focused. Like, boom, let me stay focused. And then when they do that thing to where you see the light shine out,
Yeah.
so how many people there actually is are actually looking at you.
Yeah.
In your head, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing like Launchpad or like smaller venues like that, man. It's because you see that crowd, dude, and it's just
It is, and they're all around. Some looking down, some looking up.
yeah.
The amount of cameras and media that's there on the sides there, like every time you turn on stage, somebody's right there. So it's like, but no, it's a dope feeling. It's definitely motivating, and that's like another one to where it's like it's a validation, you know.
Yeah.
Because with those shows, you either sink or swim.
Yeah.
Because they might not necessarily boo you, but though I've seen them give people the stealth face. They're just like,
Yeah.
or they get up and they do something, you know. So it feels good to do those there, and that's where it's like, you know, if you can do that type of show and that type of environment, or even the Launchpad ones and it's filled up and stuff here, you can do it anywhere. Your show is your show, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Bars or melody?
I'm a bars guy, man.
Bars, all right.
You know, because there's a couple projects I was just listening to. I won't critique them now because I don't want to blow up your page here. Like, it's the greatest album. But a lot of them, like, because you can have melodies and music and different stuff here. Now, if it's with the hook and the beat itself here, that's a different definition for it. But you got to be saying something.
Yeah. Oh,
You got to be saying something.
What is one goal that you haven't achieved yet?
Man, there's still a few goals. You know what I mean? I want some platinum records, some full-on ones, not the streaming ones. You know what I mean? I want some platinum records.
Yeah.
I want more major collabs. I just want more. I want more of everything I'm doing. I'm very unsatisfied in that aspect here,
Right.
to where there's more to work for. There's no time to be complacent.
Right.
And there's still a whole bunch of things to get to because
You
there's
gotta
people
stay
working
hungry.
right now.
Yeah. You gotta stay hungry, bro. Album or EP?
Album.
Album?
No, we're in the EP age.
Yeah.
Like, I saw some dude joking there. He's all, you know what? Go put on what you want to listen to. He's like, y'all like 10-minute albums anyways. It's like, because that's most of them. Like, and even with EPs, they're more of like they're like single events. You know?
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, nah, you got to go for album. If you can do a full on album and keep people tuned in and do nothing but dope stuff all the way through, you know what I mean? That's really hard to do in this day and age.
J. Cole dropping that 24-track album, bro.
And he made people listen to 24 tracks. He was smart. He broke it down, and
dude.
he's like, "Here's disc 1 and 2," and it's like, "Nah, this is 24 tracks, bro. This is 24." But no, it was a great listen.
Yeah, man, it was good. And last one here. What should people always expect from Dremon?
Always expect me. No. At the end of the day, when things are going right or it feels like it's going wrong, I gotta do me. I just gotta do me.
That's right, man. That's right. So that was my last question, bro. So now, at the end of the questions, like I said, I like to open it up for you.
Okay.
If there's anything important you think you should mention or throw into the podcast, or if there's anything we didn't talk about that you want to, here it is. It's open mic for you.
Man, I think we pretty much covered it. Thank you for having me. You know what I mean? Taking the time for this interview. Shout out Fontaine Podium Music. Shout out Raw. Shout out Sage. Shout out Boss Up Enterprise. Bangladesh. Y'all check out Mamacita. Too Humble Too Long. I got another single ready. Y'all can check out here. And for you guys, check out the project. Look to see me in Europe. We're coming out there and bringing Albuquerque to it and back. And let's get to it. Oh, and RIP Nikki Walker and Legend. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Cool, man. Awesome. And last but not least, bro, where can the audience follow you on social media?
You can follow me anywhere at Dremizzie, DREMIZZIE, on all platforms, even PlayStation. But don't DM me about how I play. I'm an artist, I'm not a gamer. All right, I play for fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't take the gaming part seriously.
And shout out Izzy Sanchez and the Kia, man. Shout out them as well here.
All right.
I'm going to end the shout out list because names are going to keep popping up here. Oh, yeah, and my mother.
Yeah.
And so forth, but yes.
It's your platform right now, bro. you could take as much time as you need. But if there is nothing else you want to mention, man, yeah, that's all I have for you. And again, thank you for the opportunity for coming out to the podcast, man. Like,
thank you for having me, man.
I really enjoyed it. And for you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed another episode of Small Talk on the Mats. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Peace out.